Jada up here with my 2009 Bound For Glory review, full results, all of that good stuff. If you know, you know what, I'm not even going to say if you aren't subscribed, click that yellow button, because frankly, after the TNA fans hear what I have to say about a couple of things that happened in this pay-per-view, you all aren't going to want to subscribe, and I honestly don't even blame you, because I have a rant, and that rant is going to mainly be on the main event of Bound For Glory. AJ Styles defending his TNA World Championship versus Sting. I have a rant on that, and hopefully after I explain myself, you guys will understand where I'm coming from. But even if you don't, even if you want to still bash me, you know what? I don't even give a fuck, because I'm going to say what I feel, and I'm going to get into that. AJ Styles versus Sting. I did not like the match at all, and frankly, the crowd in attendance, it seemed like they didn't even really like the match. They weren't hot at all. They were more hot for the Kurt Angle and Matt Morgan match than they were for the Sting match and AJ Styles. Let's go to the end, straight to the end of the pay-per-view. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year, this is supposed to be their biggest pay-per-view of the year, right? This is supposed to be their WrestleMania, right? Did that match, did the main event of TNA's WrestleMania end with a fucking splash? Did AJ Styles hit a splash on Sting and the match was over with? Like, I don't know if I'm hallucinating, but let me know that the fucking pay-per-view end with a splash. And then let me know that Sting just completely, like, falls to the fucking ground out of nowhere, because that's what it seemed like to me. I don't know if I blinked and missed something. I don't know if AJ hit him with a knockout punch or some shit like that, but it looked like to me that Sting just dropped to the fucking ground. AJ hits a splash on him, and AJ Styles retains his championship versus the so-called legend and the icon Sting. That match was not legendary. That match was not iconic. That match was not phenomenal at all. And also, speaking of legendary, you have Sting, you know, AJ Styles, after the match is over with, he's in the ring, he goes through about 3, 4, 5 fucking mics and stuff, so he finally gets a mic that actually works, and he's like, you know, Sting, I'm not letting you go out like that, come back in the ring, address your fans, this is your home, and all shit like this. You know, people are talking about Sting is going to retire and everything, so what does Sting do? He jumps in the ring, and what does he say? Does he say, I'm not retiring? Does he say, I am retiring, thanks for the memories, you know, all this shit like that? No, he doesn't say any of that. Basically, what he says is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And the fucking pay-per-view goes off air. That's how you do your biggest pay-per-view of the year. That's how you go off air. Come on, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Getting on to the actual match, didn't like the match at all. I mean, AJ Styles and Sting, I don't know. It seemed like at some point, AJ Styles, he seemed like not even worthy enough to lace up boots and, you know, get in the same ring as Sting. That's how the match kind of came off to me. And one thing that I absolutely hated with this match, the whole respect angle or whatever, this bullshit that was going on in the match. You had AJ Styles, he's on the outside of the ring, you know, Sting, you know, throws him outside of the ring or whatever happened, and then he goes to sit on the fucking ropes, open up the ropes, and allow AJ Styles to climb back in the ring. What does he do when AJ Styles climb back in the ring? Nothing at all. Taz, I'm 100% happy that he brought this up. He said, you know what, if I was Sting, as soon as AJ Styles would have stuck his head through those ropes, I would have knocked his ass out. Well, he didn't exactly say that, but he said something along those lines. That's what he meant. I did not like that whole fucking respect thing, like, and to couple that with saying, oh, to be the best, you gotta beat the best, and oh, Sting is passing the torch to AJ Styles. If you're trying to pass the torch to your fucking heir, why are you being soft on him? Basically, that's saying, oh, it's okay for you to be a punk, it's okay for you to be a pussy, you know, you're still going to take over for me, I'm going to guide you along the way. Fuck that. Fuck respect. AJ Styles, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. And AJ Styles, he did the same thing for Sting, you know, letting him get back up. Fuck respect. When he gets in that ring, kick his ass. Don't even wait till he gets in the ring. Go outside the ring and kick his ass. You're fighting for your title, the biggest prize in your business. Why are you going soft on him? And for Sting, any self-respecting legend wouldn't have done any shit like that. He wouldn't even allow AJ Styles to go soft at him. Let's go back to WrestleMania 24, where you had Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. Did you see the end of that match? Did you see all of that emotion in Ric Flair's face? Ric Flair was, he probably knew without a shadow of a doubt that Shawn Michaels was going to kick his ass, but he was not going soft on Shawn Michaels. He didn't want Shawn Michaels to go soft on him. He said, bring it on. Bring it on. And Shawn Michaels brought it on, kicked his ass. That's what I did not like about this match. That's what I did not get out of this match. I did not like it at all. I'm going to go on to another rant with this, and I just spent 5 minutes just talking about that one fucking match, but it was like their biggest pay-per-view of the year. It needs to be talked about. I'm going to go on to another rant. Knockouts Championship match. ODB, Tara versus Awesome Kong. ODB ends up winning this match, but that's not going to be the headline that comes out of this match. The headline coming out of this match is going to be Tara getting into it with a fan in the audience or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck actually happened, but I read on Twitter Jeremy Borash pimping it out, saying she actually got into a fight with Kim Couture. I'm pretty sure this is scripted. I didn't like this at all, because if you look at it, the simple fact, Knockouts Championship, the biggest prize for women wrestlers in TNA, ODB, Tara, Awesome Kong, arguably the 3 top knockouts in the whole fucking company. You can have an amazing match with those 3, but you use this as a way to get this MMA bitch over. You use this as a way to introduce a storyline with this bitch. Basically, this is the same thing going on Monday Night Raw, where you have all of these celebrities and outside forces coming in, affecting what the fuck goes on with the actual wrestling. Like, come on now. I didn't like that at all. And speaking of MMA, Bobby Lashley versus Samoa Joe, I am glad that the TNA fans in attendance booed Bobby Lashley's ass, because, you know, the fans in Orlando, I haven't watched Impact, but they would have cheered him. I'm pretty sure they would have cheered him. The fans in California, they booed his ass, and rightfully so. You can't be dedicated to MMA and wrestling at the same time, and I'm glad that those fans actually realized that. Bobby Lashley, he kind of reminded me of John Cena in this match. I'm just going to throw it out there. You know, Samoa Joe dominated the whole match. Bobby Lashley was looking like a straight-up bitch, and he still ends up getting a submission on Samoa Joe. I think it was a pretty good match to me. But I wanted to see more equality. I wanted to see those guys, you know, rough it up a little bit more. I wanted to see, you know, what's the big hoopla about Bobby Lashley. And I did not see that at all in this match. You know, another match that I want to discuss, the Abyss versus Mick Foley. A lot of people were looking forward to this. It's kind of like the they're saying like Abyss is the new age Cactus Jack and Mankind and everything like this. This match was enjoyable, but there was a whole lot of shit going on in this match that just was like, huh? Like, what the fuck? Like, you had the referee botching the count. You had this fucking taser back in there. I absolutely hate this thing. It's just like a fucking sparkler with smoke coming out of it. Not even a real taser or anything like that. But Daphne, she gets like a black hole slam or choke slam, whatever the hell it was, into like a board with like barbed wire and everything, and yeah, she's a real hardcore chick. And this match, I kind of did enjoy the match, even though it was a couple of botches and, you know, crazy shit going on. Let's go to the first match tonight. X Division Championship match. Ultimate X, Amazing Red, Superside, Daniels, Homicide, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelly. I did fairly enjoy this match. I mean, you can't really come out of an X Division match not enjoying it, but, you know, going along those lines, it was kind of typical X Division. But one thing that I did see different in this match that I like in X Division matches is when they spread things out. They give the match time to unfold and all of that good stuff, you know. So I think the match, you know, it was pretty good. You know, the big point of the match was Daniels dropping down like straight from the X and you know, straight to the ground. It looked like he was out like legitimately, but I don't know. We're going to be looking forward to that. But one thing that I did not like, a couple of seconds after that huge spot, the biggest spot of the whole match, that's when the match was over and done with. Like Amazing Red, he ended up retaining his championship. I don't like how they had the biggest spot of the match a couple of seconds right before the end of the match, because it kind of overshadowed the end of the match, and it kind of made it anticlimactic. Legends Championship, Eric Young, Kevin Nash, Hernandez. Kevin Nash is better than I expected him to be, but I do understand why they made it a triple threat match, because they didn't want the match to totally rely on Kevin Nash, and Eric Young ends up winning the Legends Championship. IWGP Tag Team Championships. This match is the one that actually got me into the pay-per-view. I loved how I love when Frank Steiner did his Frankensteiner. I just absolutely love that point in the match. So, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, Team 3D wins the IWGP Tag Team Championships, but British Invasion win the TNA World Championships. Kurt Angle versus Matt Morgan, my favorite match of the night. I love how Matt Morgan and Kurt Angle, they mixed it up, but Matt Morgan, he didn't totally dominate Kurt Angle, but I mean, what can you expect? It is the best wrestler in the whole world, so he wasn't really going to dominate him, even though he is a 7-foot tall guy, you know, a big guy in TNA. But yeah, Kurt Angle, he still ends up winning the match, and he won the match with like a victory roll. I guess that was like a nice turn, not showing Kurt Angle like totally bury him, and he you know, he did kind of like put Matt Morgan over with this match. So yeah, honestly, I enjoyed the pay-per-view. I know I ran it for probably most of this video, but I did enjoy the pay-per-view, and it's my birthday now, just so you know. It just hit 12 o'clock. I am 20 years old officially now, so yeah, I did enjoy this pay-per-view, even though it may not seem that way. I give this pay-per-view maybe a 7. Was not the best TNA pay-per-view of the year. I think I enjoyed Slammiversary a lot more than I enjoyed this one, but it was not bad at all. It was not bad at all. And TNA, I have to give you, you know, I have to tip my hat to you, because even though it did not, I did not feel that big atmosphere like it's supposed to be, it still was a good pay-per-view, so I can't really hold that against you. So yeah, there you go. Peace out.